Hey y'all, grown black folks talk back out on the climb. On a second, well, this is the day after the happiest day of my entire author life. And let me tell you why that is. Season Crypto Bull Run, if y'all have been watching my reels, especially on TikTok, has my 5th book. And I've had some very happy days. But yesterday things came full circle, and it gives me an opportunity to talk about a lot of different things that are very current in our community and political life. I was coming home from a walk yesterday. I had gone up to one of the top of my local hills and I was tired. I fell asleep in the sunshine. It's probably some of the best sleep I've had this week. And in falling asleep there, I woke up because the wind literally shook me awake. It tends to happen at a certain time of day here in San Francisco. The mid-afternoon, the wind really begins to pick up toward evening. So I was literally shaken awake and realized what that was. It was time to come off the hill. But see, I've been praying because a giveaway I intended to do fell apart this week. Not insufficient interest. I mean, when you can't even give people something that will help them. And this was very discouraging and frustrating to me. But I said, Lord, I just need you to send me the people that have hunger. So I put them back on the shelf. And the Lord said, those top 2 that you put back on the shelf, I have who I'm going to give. You're going to give those to. I'm like, okay. So I was walking down the hill and thinking to myself, Lord, I need you to send me the people that have hunger for the information. Walking up the hill, half a block from me, not known by me, was my Sunday school student from 20 years ago. Become a beautiful young black woman. And since she was on her way to the gym but didn't have anywhere else to go, and I was on my way home and didn't have to be there for any particular time except to take care of some things with, some of my parents' things they needed to take care of, but they could, it didn't have to be that instant. We started talking, and it was beautiful to talk as women together. She's been through a lot for her late 20s. She's been through a lot. And to be able to talk to her about, okay, this is what we see. And that she's had a chance to learn about the African diaspora a little more. We can talk about how things really are. She had a lot of good insight to share. And so she has the insight of different experiences. And I have the insight of being 15 years older. And it was beautiful. And before the end of the conversation, I asked her, because she's going into a field where black women are very much valued for their labor, but also routinely disrespected. She shared with me that working in healthcare, she's like, I always try to do more for my black clients because I see how they're ignored and dismissed, especially the men. No one ever comes to see them. I'm like, huh. I said, so you mean to tell me Mr. Kevin Samuels kind of set them up? And she just started laughing. This beautiful 28-year-old woman was like, they don't even understand what they're up against. But because I am a Christian, well, she didn't say it quite like that because she took a tour. She said, I'm working that out. But she had a Christian foundation. She said, and I said, well, also on top of that, we're African women, we're black women, so we take care of the people around. She said, yep, all over the diaspora you can see that, but you also can just see it can be a very unkind time. So she's already kind of processing her experiences. She's had adventures from people all the way to North Africa, the Caribbean. Just an intellect. Just like, Lord, let me help her get stuff because she's just an intellect. And if I can save her 15 years, and we talked about financial independence, retire early, fire. I said, are you into Bitcoin? She said, I'm trying to get into that, but I just am not quite sure how to do it. And I've even done some stock investing, but I didn't know what I was doing. The happiest day of my author life. The happiest moment. Give me any award that y'all want. But you wrote this? You wrote this? Get out of here. Why? Because they've known me all their lives. She and her siblings. Her mom has known me for more than 20 years. Her grandmother did my family's hair. We've known them forever. And they trusted me for years with their education, spiritual and temporal. And they know how I prepare and how I'm on top of my stuff. So since I have that kind of track record with them, excuse me, y'all, had a sneeze. Since I have that kind of track record with them, it's really easy for them to know that whatever I give them, I'm looking out for their best interest. So I got to autograph my book for them. For her, and I say them because she has a baby brother. I ended up getting back into that family's life because he wanted to take piano. They called me, and I gave him his basic piano education. But he was always kind of poo-pooed by some of the older boys and some of the men because he was so effeminate. He spent too much time under his mom and his baby sisters. His big sisters. Well, guess what? He always respected his mother and his baby sisters. And guess who the top finance man who's on top of modern finance in that family is? That would be him. And because he's always been respectful and beloved by his sisters, big sister said, well, David's always on top of his coins and his finance. Can I get a copy for him? I don't discriminate. I was delighted to autograph a copy for him, so that the bookends of that family that have their lives together in their generation both have a copy. The happiest day, bar none, of my author life. Bar none. I also say this because of the political climate that we're in. I have no physical children of my own, but my life counts for the next generation. I have as much invested in this country as anyone does. My students bring me their students for teaching now. My 33-year-old student walked up on me talking about, when can my son come to choir? I said, come next week for rehearsal, the week after. It actually will have to be the week after because I forgot we're doing something on the fourth Sunday. I'm like, you might have to come sit with him a few times, but you're welcome to bring him at any time. My students bring me their students. I'm a grand teacher at this point, at only 43. The foolery that these men are talking because they do not understand anything about legacy except it come from their own loins, as the Bible put it in old time. No, there are plenty of men who put their penis inside some woman and then decided to destroy their legacy by neglecting their children. Did I mention that this young lady who's a nurse sees what happens at the end when you do that? Gentlemen, they have no legacy. They have lineage that despises them in the same way that they despised being a good father for those women with those children when they were younger, the way they despised their mothers. And now their mothers tend to be well taken care of. They're not. Fortunately for these men who are in the facility she works in, that's my student. And my student knows because I taught her and her mother taught her. We take care of our people as much as they will allow us. Because we were sitting around talking about the diaspora and how different groups of people don't understand. In the United States, we're facing the same thing. Nobody's checking to see whether you're a Haitian or this or that. You're just black. Like I said, the woman is if I had been that much on the ball at age 28, but if I had been, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. Because I had to get it together so I could share it with everybody else. The other thing about this is, you don't get to have legacy just by glomming onto it later. One of the reasons that you have men who, seed and run is that they get with a woman hoping that they can just attach what she's done well to them. They hope that they can just attach. Oh, I noticed my background has kind of disappeared on us. The sun is very bright here over my head. They hope that they can just attach themselves and benefit from all the legacy that this person is building and secure themselves to it by leaving a baby. That's not how any of this works. But I will tell you the secret. Stop worrying so much about what you're going to do and how you're going to increase your chattel value and how you're going to be bowed down and be worshipped. You're going to have people bow down and worship you, and begin investing in the people around you. My happiness yesterday began 27 years ago. Well, I'm already 43. Well, get busy and you'll be happy by age 70. 43 plus 27. Get busy actually learning how to love and invest in the people around you. Please go heal. Go heal so that you are able. Get the help that you need so that you can begin to build into other people. Build into yourself so that you know what you have to offer. This is my 5th book, not my first. I had just as good intentions when I was 27 doing my first book on a different subject, and I will bring that book back at the appropriate time. But there's a lot of stuff I didn't know yet. There's a lot of stuff I had to learn that really helped me on my 5th book. Go learn those things. It may not take you 27 years. And of course, yesterday is not the first moment. Like I said, my 33-year-old students are out here talking about, can I bring you your kids? So it doesn't always take that long. But what it does take to build a legacy is investing in human beings, not investing in material consumerism, not investing in self-aggrandizement, not investing in you being worshipped for your 15 minutes of fame. When that 15 minutes is up, it's over. Did I mention, and this is not a boast, it is a fact, the oldest person who lived well because of the work that I have done is now 99, meaning that if you count a generation for 20 years, I'm already accounted for 5 generations of legacy and working on securing the oldest part of that so that it lasts for another 2.5 generations, meaning that when I leave here, I would have accounted for Black people living better lives to 7 generations. To the Songhai, that was the definition of nobility. Sit there and think about that for a minute. That's available to anybody that wants to take the time to do it. I'm not special in that respect. I just got about the business of being a servant leader to others. The Lord Jesus Christ literally said, "He that would be greatest among you, let him be the servant of all." You see this principle in a lot of places. Why is McDonald's the most best-known burger place, although the burgers are not great? It served the most people. You see that around here. It served so many people that Donald Trump thought it would be a good campaign idea to be a McDonald's worker for a day. Now, that's a whole different video. But I'm just saying the principle does tend to kind of come out. I have served wholeheartedly, though I have no children of my own. Y'all do not understand. It just so happens that because of the time of day, I'm surrounded by little ones. There are people that have known me since they were that young, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, who are now in their 20s and still know that what Auntie D or Sister D or Sister Deanne, depending on how they knew me, is still looking out for them. I have students of mine who are now 28 and they're coming back to me talking about, "You remember that thing you sent me? I actually sent my final and I'm waiting on a decision." I love it. Says, "Yeah, I'm in a choir." One of my Sunday school choir students was like, "I'm in choir in school now and I'm so prepared." I'm like, secretly, I was preparing you for the rest of your life. We did everything from Handel down to gospel, down to some jazz themed things. So no matter what they throw at you, what? You're ready. I love it. I have as much invested in the future of this country as anyone who's had, I don't know anybody who's had 100 children. But I have that much invested. And my investment is paying off. Is it putting money in my pocket? No, I know I'm going to have to be accountable to Auntie Love who's going to walk up to me. "Are you still giving away your stuff?" You're not supposed to be giving away your stuff. Because, and we got to do this on Why Aunties, Black women deserve to be paid. What are you doing? But Auntie Love, you know how it is. You once said, them babies, you just go ahead and bow down, bend a knee, and tie it. Because, these are my babies. Just as young as some of these little ones running around here. I've known them that long. And I always managed to, when I autographed, I used their full name and gave them their full respect. But it was a happy day. And I wanted to share that. And just to let y'all know, that kind of happiness is available for you too. Heal and invest in the people around you. All right. Y'all have a good day now. Goodbye.